Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see at the end, please consider subscribing and liking. It'll help me out tremendously. So this is my family's 2011 GMC Yukon XL. I mean, there's many platforms of this, a Suburban Tahoe. This vehicle's used primarily for everyday driving. We use it probably a few weeks out of the year to tow our 30-foot camper, which has load distribution bars. It does very well with those bars. It actually stays a little bit above level. They do a good job at changing the center of gravity. But I've decided I occasionally rent a U-Haul car trailer, and those don't have obviously load distribution bars, so it puts a lot of weight on the back end. So I decided to get these airbags to see if that'll help for the load, especially on the highway. It pulls it no problem, but it does sag in the back end, and when you hit good dips in the road, you can feel it, the rear axle bottom out in the snubbers. So I'm actually bringing my Camaro that's out there to get dyno tuned tomorrow in Connecticut. It's about a 2-hour trip each way. So my plan is to get these bags in tonight. I'll load the car in the trailer, get it hooked up to the truck, and I'll take a measurement, see how far it squats, see how far it comes down, and then I'll take that load off, fill the bags up with air, put the load back onto the truck, and see if there's a measurable difference or not. And then I'll take it for the trip, and I'll circle back and see how much of a difference it made. Here's the kit I'm going to be using. Comes with everything you see here. It's good for 1,000 pounds, load leveling support. Comes with a heat shield for the bags. You clamp this on the exhaust pipe to kind of radiate the heat away from the bags. These other bags right here, this one I already collapsed. What I did was I just took that rubber cap off. I'll show you in this one so the air doesn't go back in. We take the cap off. It's just a bobbed fitting. And what I did was, while that cap was off, I took the bag and I just, it's gonna be hard to do with one hand. They are pretty tough. I rolled it up as much as I could to get as much air out as I could. To see if I can squeak this in between the coils. It comes with this little puck here to help protect the bob fitting when they're installed. The plastic line, poly line, and then all the fittings you need, Schrader valve. I haven't decided where I'm going to put these yet to get to be able to pump them up. Obviously the instructions and a bag of zip ties. All right, so I had it folded. I put the bottom end in first, curled it up, and I've just been working on trying to shove the bag inside the coil spring. I'll tell you, it's not easy. It's definitely a tight fit. You can see it scrunched up on this side, so I'm using a piece of wood. I'm actually using a hockey stick, the end of the stick, to keep pushing on it because I don't want to puncture the bag. And I'm also, as I'm working it in, I'm twisting it up the coil, kind of spinning it back and forth, so the side that I need to compress more is facing me. But all I can say is it's definitely not easy. All right, now that I got this first bag in, my biggest tip is just don't do it. I'm just kidding, but honestly, it is a real pain. These aren't made for this exact truck. It's not specific. It's a universal bag, and it is a struggle to get it in there. A real tip, this puck that it comes with down here, it's to protect the nipple down here, the bobbed fitting, and the clamp. The clamp's big enough to also fit in that hole. If you can hear that rumble, there's a massive thunderstorm rolling through. So the bottom of the bag and the top of the bag don't touch the perches when you're installing these, because the rear end's hanging, right? So when you put the car down and the rear end comes up, the bags theoretically need to touch each perch. So if this puck is sitting down here and it's off either way, it's gonna hit the edge of the clamp and rack the bob fitting, and it's gonna end up tearing the bag. So it would have been nice if they made these with something that was actually locking. But what I did is I just took spray adhesive, hit the bag, hit the puck, kept them separate until they got super tacky, and then I pushed it on. I mean, they're made of poly. I don't think they're really rubber, but whatever they're made out of, the spray adhesive really bites into it. So that's that's on there. So now when I let this car down, put all the weight on it, and the bag shifts either up or down, I'm not gonna have to worry about the puck hitting the edge of that clamp and sharing the bob fit and sharing the bag. I also sprayed the coil spring before I even started putting the bag in with silicone, and then I hit the bag itself to ease the installation, and that ended up helping quite a bit. To see the other side, so I got this one in. I'm about to do the other one. It took me about a half hour, and it was a struggle. It wasn't easy getting it in there, even with all the air out of it. I have the line attached and just hanging. I put the fitting on the end and put about 10 pounds of air in it just to make sure that it would decollapse, which it did. It's nice and smooth all the way around. It actually inflated, no issues. Here's the other side. This is exactly how I started that side. I sprayed the spring. I deflated the bag as much as I possibly could. See if I can get the camera up in there. And you can see what I did. I just wedged the bag in there, and I'm going to take it, the bag. I'm about, I don't know, a third of the way up on the coil from the bottom to the top. And now I'm just gonna feed this in and push it out. And there's no perfect way of doing it. I mean, it's just pushing it in there. I used a piece of wood. I actually used the end of a hockey stick and just kept pushing it in, forcing this in, twisting it with the coil. And you're basically gonna struggle until you get the whole thing in there. Once it's in there, you can push the bag all the way up so that the bob fitting down below is easy to hook up the plastic hose to. And like I said, you wanna make sure you put the hose through the hockey puck. And then don't forget your clamp. And you just, I mean, I wish I could give you a better tip that would make this very simple, but it's really not. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but hopefully it's worth it in the end. All right, so hopefully you can see this. I ended up losing power from that storm. So I got a flashlight here, but that bag's in. It's the same thing as the other side. It was a little bit easier just because I struggled with the other one. I ended up routing the lines through the spare tire carrier. I wrapped it with some hose and zip tied it so that it won't cut into the line. And then I put the fittings right here in the back bumper. And I did that to both sides. And then from the outside, I think when the truck's down, you won't really see them. Plus they'll have the black caps on it. So I'm gonna let the truck down. I'm gonna hook the trailer up with no air in the bags. Measure from the ground to the fender, and then I'll pump them up to just below the max pressure. I'll put 25 pounds in it, and then see what we got. And after I drive it, I'll let you guys know how it went. All right, so that ended up being a huge success. I finished my trip. It was about a 5-hour trip to bring my car to the dyno. So before I left, I had hooked the trailer up to the truck, put the car on the trailer, had it all strapped down. I measured the rear quarter to the ground, front fender to the ground, and the rear was about a 1/2 inch lower than the front. So it was squatting. I ended up putting about 25 pounds in each bag. I did plumb them independently, and it raised the rear about 3/4 of an inch. So altogether, it got about 1.25 inches raised in the back, which was huge. I really wasn't expecting that. I was hoping to get it level, but with the trailer on, all the weight on the tongue, the car weighs about 3,800 pounds on the trailer plus the weight of the trailer. So, I mean, I was pretty happy about that. But what was even better than that was the drivability. I've towed quite a bit with this truck over the years. We've had it for a long time, 9-10 years. And it's never towed this well. I wish I put these bags in sooner. The handling was way better, on ramps, off ramps. The bumps never, like the sharp bumps, you hit a pothole, something like that, it's never really been a problem, but it's when you get those, like a dip in the road, and you get that real push down on the rear end, and it kind of springs a couple of times. It didn't do that at all. Like I said, changing lanes, taking the on-ramps, off-ramps, sharp corners. It didn't lean over like a boat anymore. So yeah, I'm pumped. If you debating whether or not to put the bags in for all those reasons, do it. It was worth it in the end. In the very beginning, I'm like, there's no way these things are gonna fit. I was thinking about just wrapping them up and see if I could return the kit. It was so frustrating just starting to get the bag in, but I'm glad I stuck with it. I did use a lot of silicone spray, which helped, but did not make it a lot easier. I mean, it is a pain in the butt to do these. Maybe somebody else has a better way of doing it, but I mean, I rolled them up, I got all the air out of it. I tried doing it without doing that, so you could push each way, but the best way was silicone spray, getting it started, using the end of a hockey stick. You don't want to use anything you could poke the bag with, but the wooden end, the butt end of the stick, and I just kept prying, fighting, getting them in. Gluing the pucks to the bottom definitely helped a lot. When I lowered the car down, I didn't have to worry about the bag, the bobbed end, hitting the puck on its way down and bending it over. So that was huge. That helped a lot. Putting the Schrader valves on the back bumper, you can't see it when you're standing still. I mean, when it's on the ground, until you crouch down, you can see them. And then when you put the black cap on, well, this truck's black, so they disappear. So I'm gonna leave them there. I did that temporarily because I did it late night and I left really early that very next morning. I figured if I didn't like them, I would just move them again, but I'm gonna keep them there. They're really easy to get to. Something you could think of going on a long trip. You can bring a bicycle pump with you if you wanted to. The bags don't take a ton of air, so if you started having a slow leak, when you fill up, you can check them quick, or if you feel like they're sagging. If you have a really good leak, it's not even worth it. I mean, you're just gonna lose all that air pretty quick. It's not a ton of air, not a lot of volume, but yeah, so I hope this helps you guys. It's well worth it. In the end, you're gonna fight them. I mean, put in the comments if you didn't fight it and you found a better way, but I think the 08 to, I don't know if it's 2015, this platform, this style coil spring, it was a battle for me. But if you find a better way, please drop it in the comments. Help everybody out. If you like this video, please think about subscribing, liking. It helps me out tremendously. And I'll see you in the next one.